Hi, this is Eric here, and in this tutorial we're going to be going through how to set up the Cashbook for your business or organization. So this is the screen that you'll see at the beginning if you're in the Cashbook for the first time. So for new users, click New, and we need to put in our organization name. And email address. And first name. Now the email address is used for two things. It's used for emailing statements, invoices and all that sort of stuff, but it's also used for email newsletters, and if you want to unsubscribe you just click unsubscribe at the bottom. Okay, so that's Jack's Plumbing. Click next, and yes, we want it to be for Australia, and that's just an example of what the numbers look like in the accounting package. That all looks good. Next, and yes, we're sure it's for Australia. Now, there's three different editions. There's the Home, which is the most basic, and it's for personal use or family trusts, basically, and it doesn't do GST. Then there's the Lite, which is for small businesses, trusts, clubs, charities, etc., and it does do GST. Then there's Cashbook Complete, which basically does everything that the Cashbook can do. Invoices, statements, projects, timesheets, quotes, stock control, all that sort of stuff. And they all have different prices. Yep. So anyway, so we'll select Cashbook Complete, and we'll put in a ABN number. Now, on the invoices it shows ABN number, which is a little bit of a duplication because it's Australian business number. It looks better when it is like that, but some people want it to just say ABN. So if that's the case, you can say show ABN, yes, and that's what it'll show. And for most small businesses, strongly recommend using simpler BAS. It makes it a lot easier to do your GST. Okay, let's click next. And here we've got your bank account number, so let's just put something in. And a savings account number. And credit card. And petty cash. Okay, so for the opening balances for the check account, let's say that you're going to start on the 1st of July, then your opening balance will be the closing balance from the day before. So it'll be on the 30th of June. So let's say on the 30th of June, your bank account was that. And on the 30th of June, your savings account was that. And let's say that you pay off your credit card every month, so you've got nothing outstanding, so that's zero. And let's say that for your petty cash, you've got $100 sitting in your petty cash box. Okay, and this is like a virtual bank account, you could say, so you can spend money out of your petty cash and put money into your petty cash, and it's like a virtual bank account. Okay, let's click next. Are you sure? Okay, so now these are the categories that you're going to be using for GST, and there's basically three different groups. There's all your income categories, which add to your profit, all your expense categories, which subtract from your profit, and all your balance sheet categories, which don't either add or subtract to your profit. So we just need to explain this last one a bit more. Here's a transfer category, which is for transferring from one bank account to another. If you're transferring from your check account to your savings account, that doesn't affect your profit. If you're paying GST to the ATO, you're paying them money that you could argue belongs to them anyway, and again, that doesn't affect your profit. Sorry, that's for that one. If you're taking drawings out of your business, that's like your salary. If you're taking drawings out, you're taking out some of the profit. You're not actually affecting the profit. With assets, okay, you might purchase an asset and there's a lot of money going out of your bank account, but you're going to depreciate that over a period of time. So, and similarly for loans. So these are your three types of categories. If you want to add a category, just type it in at the bottom. And if you want to delete it, click over there and hit the delete key and it's gone. Or another way of deleting it, which is easier to remember, just go right click, delete line, and it's gone. So that's your Cashbook categories. Click next. Now this is for setting up the basic part of your letterhead, and it's just a quick starting point. So put in an address and some place and put in a phone number, and that's going to appear on your letterhead, which you will see soon. And finish, and that's the basic setup complete, and you can run the setup wizard again later to be shown more advanced options. So we'll click OK. This is now the Cashbook setup. There's like a little sort of tab on the left hand side, drop menus at the top, a toolbar, but we want to go and run the setup wizard again, so we'll go miscellaneous setup wizard, and the date format looks correct. Now down here we've got the ability of adding security to the Cashbook, which is basically providing different logins for different people. So one person might be able to just go in and do their timesheets, but another person might be able to go in and do invoicing and the Cashbook and their timesheets. So, and each person has their own login. So that's for setting up different logins with different privileges for different people. The report writer is something that you get as soon as you register. So let's click next. On this screen, I'd say the most important thing to put in is your bank's website. So it'll be https blah 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 blah, the login page for your bank's website, so that you can, from the Cashbook, when you want to import your bank statement, you can quickly go to the login page, type in your login details, and get your bank's import your transactions. Click next. Been through this, been through that, been through that. Now this is the page for setting up your invoices and statements. Your first invoice number is 100, and you can make it whatever you want. This is the formula for your terms, for your payment terms. So at the moment it's 30 days from the date of the invoice, but it can be a certain day of the month. So it might be the 20th of the month, but I'll make it stick to 30 days. And this is the text that it shows for your terms at the bottom of each invoice. And down here we've got, do you want to display a payment slip on your invoice with your bank details? You can have a bit of a play. You can add all the text for your payment slips there. Same for your payment slip on your statement. And you can also display whether you want to have your payments displayed on the statement, yes or no. And you can also set up similar things for your email invoices and email statements, the footer text and things like that. Okay, let's click next. And we've done that page. Next. Now, this is for setting up your letterhead part 2, and you can actually put in your company logo, and that's what we're going to do now. So we'll turn on the graphic. Yes. And there's an example graphic. Then you can go to Microsoft Paint, and it has to be Microsoft Paint. You can't import from any other applications. So you can't import from Photoshop or CorelDRAW or anything. It has to be from Paint. And I'll do Control A to select the graphic. If you can't get it, just by the way, if it's in Photoshop, you need to somehow get it into Paint first and then copy it into the Cashbook. So I've done Control A, Control C, go back to the Cashbook, click on the logo, then Control V for paste, and there it is. There's your logo. Now we don't want to have Jack's Plumbing twice. We want to get rid of that. So turn the company graphic off, and we want to move that up. So the top is 0, and we'll make it a bit wider. So make the width 9. And we'll make it a bit higher as well, so we'll make the height 3. And there you go, there's Jack's Plumbing. And you can preview it. That's what your logo will look like. And that all looks good. So let's click next. Now here we put in all your employees. So let's put Jack and cost rates $30 and charge out rate $60, whatever it is, and you can list all your employees and then click next, and that's it, and finish. Click finish, and that's it, done. So now you're ready to use your Cashbook, and if you've got any queries or you want to watch some more tutorials, go for it, and hope you enjoyed that. Thanks. See ya. Bye.